What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's home game in the Champions League against Feyenoord. 5 losses in a row for Manchester City in all competitions. Surely it can't be 6 losses in a row ahead of a huge game at the weekend at Anfield against Liverpool. Very interesting. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. We're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, along with the latest match information, match statistics, match analysis, and so much more. Not just limited to football, it's got all the sports that you guys love to follow, covered all in one place, all in one app. Free app to download, very highly rated. Do go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. So on to the match information for this game. This game taking place at the Etihad Stadium in Champions League match day number 5 in the league stage, taking place on Tuesday 26th of November 2024 with an 8 PM GMT kickoff time. Anyone heading to the Etihad Stadium, do enjoy yourselves and hopefully, fingers crossed, 3 points for Manchester City and back to winning ways. Alternatively, if you wanted to watch this game live in the UK, then the game is being broadcast live on TNT Sports. So our opponents for this game, Feyenoord, formed in 1908, led by manager Brian Prisk, currently find themselves 21st in the Champions League, and they're going to want to try and compete and keep pushing to try and see if they can make a top 24 place, enter into the playoffs and move from there. Who knows, if they hit a run of form in the Champions League between now and the end of January, you're not going to rule out potentially making the top 8, which is what makes the Champions League in its new format in its first season so drastically unpredictable, because we just don't know what to expect. Feyenoord, at the time of me recording this video, do find themselves 3rd in the Eredivisie. In terms of their current form, in terms of the Champions League, first and foremost, they've played 4 games, won 2 and lost 2. They beat Girona away, part of the City Football Group, by 3-2 in Spain. They also won away at Benfica by 3-1, but them games taking place during match day 2 and match day 3 in the Champions League. They did lose 4-0 to Leverkusen at home and 3-1 at home to Salzburg. This game, though, it's away from home, and at the moment in the Champions League, Feyenoord have played 2 games away and won both them games, Girona and against Benfica as well. So this game, I don't think, is going to be easy, and you've got to look at their current form. Won 6 of the last 7 games, that's in the Eredivisie, with that only loss coming against Ajax, which they lost by 2-0. Now, they did win 3-0 at home on Saturday evening against Heerenveen, so they're just starting to find some really nice form. They're a decent team away from home as well. It's going to need a 10 out of 10 performance. It's going to need a high quality performance from Manchester City for them to win this game. Now, in terms of the dangers for Feyenoord, to me, I think a lot of their presence comes from midfield. Hwang in midfield, decent player, really good player. Quinton Timber as well, another midfielder, really good player. Plenty of legs, plenty of movement, couple of good central midfielders in there. Normally means Manchester City, with our aging slow midfield, may struggle in this game. Well, I don't know too much else about Feyenoord. Sure, we're going to find out on Tuesday night what to expect from them. In terms of their injury news, Hartman, Udea and Osman are all out of this game. Now, they do normally line up with a 4-1-4-1 formation, so I'm expecting Well and Rufius to start in goal. The back four made up of Reed, Trauner, Hanko and Smal. In midfield, you're going to have Zaruki starting in defensive midfield with Hwang and Timber further in front of him. I expect to see Haj Musa starting on the right wing, with Pixel starting on the left wing and Redmond starting up top. Now, for Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, currently find ourselves 10th in the Champions League, and we do right now find ourselves 2nd in the Premier League. Form, though, not good at all. Lost 5 games in a row in all competitions. In terms of the Champions League, though, win this game, and we should be going into the top 8 and not looking too shabby as far as I'm concerned. 1-2, drawn 1, lost 1, drew on match day number 1, 0-0 at home against Inter Milan before beating Slovan Bratislava away 4-0, beat Sparta Prague 5-0 at home, and then lost 4-1 against Sporting CP. And this is what makes the Champions League so really unpredictable. You don't know what to expect and how good teams are when you're taking on different philosophies and different systems from different leagues. You don't really know how good the Eredivisie is in comparison to the Premier League, like we didn't know in the Portuguese league compared with the Premier League, and back and forth. Sometimes there's a huge gulf in difference, and it shows. Other times it can end up being really close games, and to me, it's what makes the Champions League really magical. Now, Man City, we know our fixtures in the Champions League. Couple of difficult away games to follow this. Last game in 2024 in the Champions League is an away match in Turin against Juventus, and then in January we've got an away match in Paris against Paris Saint-Germain before ending the Champions League campaign against Club Brugge at home. And realistically, if we wanted to finish in the top 8, and the importance of that is we automatically qualify for the last 16 of the Champions League, and therefore playing 2 less games in the Champions League and not running the risk of going out before we even get to the last 16 if we finish between 9th and 24th, it's absolutely huge, because you want to make life as easy as possible. We want to finish in the top 8, and to me, got to win our home games, win this, win against Club Brugge, needing results in Turin and in Paris as well because of that loss that we had in Lisbon against Sporting Club de Portugal. So to me, this is a must-win game for Manchester City. Not to mention, we need to end this horrific form ahead of a huge game at Anfield on Sunday. We lost at home in our last game against Tottenham Hotspur by 4-0, and I expect a response from Manchester City before the international break, though. There was a loss against Spurs away in the League Cup, a couple of Premier League losses against Bournemouth and Brighton away from home as well, a loss in the Champions League sandwiched between them 2 Premier League games against Sporting as well. Not looking good at this moment in time for Manchester City. Now, in terms of injury news, again, not looking great for City. We know Oscar, Bobb and Rodri are long-term absentees. Ruben Diaz, is he going to be risked here? Jeremy Doku, is he going to be risked? These are the questions. Players like Nathan Ake and Kevin De Bruyne, they're available. But let's not forget that Mateo Kovacic, he's out for 4 weeks, misses this game. John Stones apparently picked up an injury against Spurs in our last game as well. I wouldn't have risked him anyway, but I'm not expecting him to be available. But hopefully it won't be too far away. And I imagine that we may see more of Kevin De Bruyne. Is he fit to start? That's the big question. Got 20 minutes against Spurs. Will he start? Will he not? We will have to wait and see. So I'm going to go for, and I'm basing this on Ruben Diaz not being available or John Stones. Ederson to start in goal. I go with Lewis, Akanji, Ake and Josko Gvardiol. I don't start Kyle Walker. In midfield, I'm going to drop Ilkay Gundogan deeper, and I want him to be supported by Matheus Nunes. Change things up a bit, try and bring a bit more fresh energy into Manchester City's midfield, and I go with Phil Foden. I'm going to start Savinho on the right wing, therefore giving a bit of rest for Bernardo Silva, and I'm going to start Jack Grealish, who should be nice and fresh after sitting out the last, 6-7 weeks. He got 20 minutes against Spurs. Should be good to start here and start Erling Haaland up top. Now, if Kevin De Bruyne is fit to start and he can do 60 to 70 minutes, then great. Who do you take out? Do you take out Nunes, Gundogan, Foden? How do you fit him in? I'd love to know your thoughts. Let's not forget, though, Manchester City do have other options as well in terms of the young players like McAtee, Wright, O'Reilly, Simpson, Poussey. I'd like to see more from these young players. I feel like there's a solution in Man City's squad in terms of the fresh energy by giving the young players a go. They're fit and fresh and ready to go. We've got 4 high-quality young players. Give them a go. See what they can do. You know, we've lost 5 in a row. These players can't do any worse as far as I'm concerned. It's a perfect time to be bringing in a youngster or two, because down the line can just save Manchester City millions of pounds if you get it right. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I mean, this is going to be a really close game. I want Manchester City to win, so I'm going to go with Manchester City to win. I'm going both teams to score. 2-1 Manchester City. A win's a win. Any which way to win. We're at that part of the season as far as I'm concerned. I think Haaland will bag a goal. I'm going Foden to bag a goal if he starts as well. And I'm going to go Redmond for their striker for Feyenoord to score in this game as well. Now, in terms of my betting tips, I'm going both teams to score. Erling Haaland at any time. Rico Lewis if he starts to pick up a yellow card any time. And I'm going 40+ booking points point for this game as well. Now, next up for Manchester City in the Champions League, we take on Juventus away, our last Champions League game of 2024. We, of course, play Liverpool in the Premier League next Sunday at Anfield. For Feyenoord, they're going to be taking on Sparta Prague at home in their next Champions League game. And in terms of the Eredivisie, they're taking on Fortuna Sittard in their next game at home in the Eredivisie on Saturday night. Now, last note, going to be no live watch long, unfortunately, for this game. Not going to have any regular videos out either over the next week or so. I'm heading out away. If there's some internet signal, I may be able to put out a couple of YouTube shorts and stuff for you guys to enjoy, and I'll see what I can get about in terms of the reactions and any breaking news or anything happening. So do stay tuned for that, but going to be missing the Feyenoord game, going to be missing the Liverpool game as well, and some will argue that right now, with how things are going at Manchester City, it's a good time to be taking a week off, and JSGC really needs to recharge his batteries ahead of what's going to be, or looks like it's going to be, a very long and complicated, frustrating and plenty of ups and downs kind of season. So a week's rest definitely needed for me. So I will be back ready for all the build-up for Manchester City's midweek Premier League game for Nottingham Forest and further ahead into December as well. So I'll see you guys for that. So do stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.